Hello viewers, welcome everybody to Halishwar Cantonment Public School and College Online Education. I'm your Bilal sir. Today I'll discuss how to get 20 out of 20 in this exam from Part A, that is Sin section. When you read textbook, you always keep in mind that you have to read the text attentively. Otherwise, you cannot answer questions long 3 that is named FB without clue. You also keep in mind that you must learn synonyms of the new words with correct pronunciation. You have to understand the grammatical uses and subject matter of the text in order to answer the question nong 2 and 3. Today we'll discuss Unit 5, Lesson 4, named Flashback. At first, we'll read out the text. Here, we'll take the help of Google Reader in order to give you the real tune of English language. Let's hear the reading aloud.
Shamima started to tell us her story. Listening to her, we were stunned and at the same time our hearts were filled with admiration for her. It was 1995, Shamima was 15 years old. She got promoted to Class 8. Shamima had all the dreams of an adolescent. She wanted to bring about a change in her life. She wanted to see happiness in her family too. She knew she could fulfill her dream by completing her education and getting a job. 15-year-old Shamima's dreams were nipped in the bud. Her father wanted to marry her off against her will. Marrying off a girl under 18 is against the law in Bangladesh. Shamima did not want to get married, but nobody paid any heed to her. They arranged her marriage with a man much older than her. All her tears and protests went in vain. Shamima was married off to Kamaluddin Jawada.
I hope that you got the real English tune. Let's go for vocabulary first. Start, begin or commence. Tell, speak or say. Story, tale. Listening to, hear or pay attention or concentrate on. Stunned, shocked or amazed. At the same time, nevertheless, however, but. Heart, soul or mind. Fill up, make full or fulfill. Admiration, praise or compliment. Got promoted, betterment, progress or raise. Dreams, vision, ambition, aspiration or target. Adolescent, teenage or teen. Wanted, desire, need. Bring, initiate, change, alternate, life, survival or existence or to exist. See, notice, look at or view. Happiness, contentment or satisfaction. Family, house or blood. New is from know, understand or realize. Fulfill. Make complete or make fulfill. Completing, finish or end. Education, schooling or edification. Getting, attain or achieve. Job, a work for which you are paid. Nipped in the bud, nipped in the bud, exhausted, cut off, cut short. Marry off, to make match with, or give in marry, against, anti, or in opposition to. Will, desire, or mental strength, or determination. Against the law, it is beyond law. Paid any heed, pay attention. Arranged, organized. Tears, slashes or rips. Protest, objection or complaint. Went in vain. Destroyed. Our first question number one, is MCQ. Now I'll tell you which techniques you'll follow in order to get 7 out of 7 in MCQs. The examiner want to test two qualities setting MCQ questions. First one is vocabulary skill. Second one is comprehending skill or understanding skill. For testing these two types of skills, the examiner generally takes the help of three categories questions or three format of questions, that are: find synonyms or similar word, finding a real meaning indicating a line, or filling in the gap. Find synonyms. This category of question generally make with the help of means, refer to, stands for, related to, replaced by, the closest meaning, the synonyms, the best synonyms. I want to mean here that the question setter use the following phrase or verb to set the question in the way: what does the word refer to? Or what does the word mean? Or what is the best synonym here? Second category question, finding a real meaning indicating a line. In this question, it will be asked that what is the meaning of that particular word of the particular line, or find out the real meaning of the words according to that line. Third category is fill in the gap. There will be a line from the passage, then there will be a gap. Let's go details. To solve find synonyms question, you have to follow two techniques. Technique 1, you have to know the meaning of the words. Technique 2, you have to know correct part of speech of the words. I repeat, Technique 1, you have to know the meaning of the words. Technique 2, you have to know the correct part of speech of the words. I repeat, the word that is given in the question and the option for the answer must be same part of speech. Our second category is finding a real indicating line. Finding a real meaning indicating in the line. For example, if the question is like, what is the meaning of the read in the line, the writer can read a reader's mind. Generally, read means study, but here read means understand. To solve this type of questions, you have to follow two techniques. Technique 1, You have to find out the line from the passage. You have to find out the line from the passage, not the meaning you generally know. You have to try to know what is actually mean by the words in the passage. Now categories 3. Fill in the gap. To solve this type of questions, you have to follow just one technique. You have to read the passage attentively as the line is taken from the passage. You can answer the question only reading the passage attentively. I hope that all of you can answer very easily if the MCQs are set out of these three categories or format. Let's see the set MCQs based on our today's lesson for Unit 6. The word stand in line 1 of the text means. So here we have to go to the passage for getting the meaning stand. Knock unconscious into a dazed, semi-conscious state. Look here, unconscious, dazed, semi-conscious. All these are related to the stand. So here the answer will be all of the above. The word admiration in line 2 of the text means. So you have to go to the line number 2 for getting the answer of this question. Respect and warm approval. You know, admiration means respect, honor, or praise. Disrespect and hot approval. This is not related. This is the opposite. Dishonor but warm approval. No, it is honor and warm approval. None of the above. No, the answer is A because it tells about the respect and warm approval. Come to the MCQ number 3. The word adolescent in line 4 of the text means. What is the meaning of the adolescent? Developing from youth into man. Developing from man into an old, not man into an old. Developing from a child into an old, no. Developing from a child into an adult. So what will be the answer? Developing from youth into the teenage means it is started from a particular period of time. So uh, it is actually the timing of. So what will be the answer? Developing from youth into the man or developing from child into an adult? Developing from child into an adult and developing from youth into a man. So it should be the answer. Developing from child into an adult. Shamima's story dash everyone. Shamima's stories dash everyone. For getting this answer, we have to go in the passage. Which is written in the passage? We were stunned hearing the story of the Shamima. So, stunned means astonished, shocked, worried. The closure meaning is shocked. Shamima's story shocked everyone. We are shocked. This is the more closure. So, that will be the answer. Fascinated, no. Worried, no. Astonished, no. Shocked will be the answer. Shamima thought about the welfare of her dash. So you have to go to the passage because this is the fill in the blank questions. She wanted to bring about a change in her life. She wanted to see happiness in her family too. So what will be the answer here? She want to see the family. Shamima's thought about the welfare of her family, friends, cousin, neighbors. No, her family. Here answer will be her family. Shamima thought about the welfare of her family. How did Shamima marry? Willingly, unwillingly, intentionally, happily. This question is called infa. Okay, you have to get the meaning. You have to guess the meaning. Okay, how did Shamima marry? You have to get the idea. Willingly, unwillingly, intentionally, happily. Not willingly, not intentionally, not happily, unwillingly. So answer will be unwillingly. Her husband was of the same age. So that is the fill in the blank question. So we have to go to the passage. Shamia did not want to get married, but nobody paid any heed to her. They arranged her marriage with a man much older than her. Much older than her. That will give us the answer of the questions. So of the same age, no. Junior to her, no. Older than her. That will be the answer. Now I'm going to tell you how you get 8 out of 8 in question number 2. Answering the questions. I'll show you practically how will you get 2 out of 2 for each questions. At first, we try to know what type of skills are tested through open-ended question. Generally, 3 types of skill. First one, explaining skill. Second one, evaluation skill. And third one is scripting skill. Evaluation skill means ability of finding out answer. And scripting skill means ability of writing answer in answer script. In almost all academic exams, open-ended question is an important item. If you want to get 8 out of 8, then follow my instructions attentively. Let's try to know what types of open-ended question may come in your exam. Generally, 2 types of questions may come: questions with WH words and questions with do, does, did. Besides, there may be some exceptional questions that may start with give your own opinion, explain, describe, discuss, or point out. Sometimes there may be a quoted line from the passage, then you are told to describe it. In that case, you have to understand the line, otherwise, you cannot answer. Now I'll tell you how to answer the open-ended questions with WH words: what, when, why, where, and how. You have to keep 5 basic rules in your mind. Answer will be according to the tense of the questions. I want to mean the tense of the answer will be according to the tense of the questions. The second basic rule: if there is any auxiliary verb in the questions, then you have to withdraw auxiliary verb from the questions at the time of answer, and you have to change the main verb according to the tense. If there is any questions in passive, you have to answer in passive. If there is any modal in the questions, you cannot change it at the time of giving answer. You cannot write any answer copying it directly from the passage. Keep in mind again, the most important point for getting 2 out of 2. You cannot write any answer copying it directly from the passage. One can answer the open-ended questions in 3 ways. Answer based on passage lines. Answer based on question. Answer based on your own language. If you want to get 2 out of 2, then you have to answer based on your own language. I repeat, if you want to get 2 out of 2, then you have to answer based on your own language. Now I'll show you how to answer based on own language. Let's follow the example. What did Shamima dream of? Answer based on passage writing. I want to be in here. I answered the question taking the lines directly from the passage. Directly from the passage. I took that lines directly from the passage. Now answer based on questions. Shamima dreamed of bringing about a change in her life and seeing happiness in her family too, like an adolescent. Here I answer matching the question. Answer based on own writing. But here I try to write the answer in my own language. Here I want to tell you how to change the language of the book or the language of others in your own language. If you want to do that, you have to replace the vocabulary with synonyms or similar word. You have to restructure the sentence. Then you can write it in your own language. Follow that one. Answer based on own writings. Here, Shamima had a great vision. I changed dream into vision. I changed adolescent into teen. She wanted to bring about a change. I changed wanted into aspired to. Bring about a change. I changed that one into rejuvenate. In her life, I changed the life into survival. She wanted to see happiness. I changed the wanted into desired. I replaced the see using to notice. Here it is written happiness. I changed that one with acceleration. The word is given in the passage in her family too. I replaced the family using in her house. So in that way, you can change the language of the book or others' language into your own language. If you answer in that way, based on your own language, then you will get 2 out of 2. There is no doubt. We have discussed question num 1 and 2. Now I will suggest you the best ways for getting 5 out of 5 in question num 3. Let's have a look. The question is said based on a text of the book, so you have to read the text attentively. Keep the uses of the verb and voice also attentively. When you read the passage, then you have to keep the gamma in your mind. If we go to the passage again, it started to tell. You have to understand that when two verbs used in one sentence, you can write another verb with two. Listening to, you have to understand that you can start the writing using the gerund verb plus ing. We are stunned. You have to be careful about the use of the passive at the sentence. Our heart were filled with admiration. This is also passive. She got promoted. You can write also she got promotion. She knew she could fulfill. You have to understand that when this is the past form, then here you have to use could. By completing her education and getting a job, when you use by, then you have to add ings with the verb. That is why here is by completing and by getting. Wanted to marry. When you use two verb, then one verb you can write with two. Want to get married. Get is a passive verb. So after the get, most of the time we write the passive. So get married. This is the past participle form of the verb. So you have to give the attention to the grammar if you want to get 5 out of 5 for question number 3. So this question, look here, this is set directly from the book, Unit 6, Lesson 4. Here the first gap, missing word is living, so it is in the passage directly. Second missing word is have, so have is here. Third, C. C option here, the missing verb is build, so it is written directly in the passage. Rice is our staple food. Rice is missing, so it is directly in the passage. Clothes are dashed, so I told you just 1 minute before. You have to be careful about the use of active and passive in the passage. Though the sentence is written active, but for filling the blank, they change it into the passive. So you have to know what is the past participle form of the verb. Next, E. Ethnic people. Actually, they and ethnic people are same thing. This is the pronoun for ethnic people. So they dash fond of. They are fond of. That means if you want to get 5 out of 5 in question number 3, you have to read the passages in the text attentively, paying too much attention about the use of grammar, active form, passive form. I have shown you how to write in your own language. These 3 questions are given as SW. You'll write 3 answers for each questions. Answer based on passage writing, answer based on questions, answer based on own writing. I hope that all of you will be benefited. However, if there is any confusion, mention it in the comment box. I'll try to answer. Tata, bye bye.